learn about Wonderschool?
I applied for the pre-licensure grant. There was a course I had to take through Wonderschool, like mm, the business sustainability class, I think.
Can you tell us about your program?
I'm working on getting rated with demonstrating quality with great start to quality. I've been open a little over a year, and now I'm brushing kids' teeth every day, and I've got their artwork hung up all over the place. When I first started, I never thought I would go this far with it, but here I am.
How many kids are enrolled in the program and what are the ages of the children?
I have 15 kids enrolled, but daily I usually have 10. My youngest is a little over 1. I have 4 one-year-olds, June, July, August, September. My oldest just turned 10. I only have her in the summers.
What were you doing before you became a childcare owner?
I was a machinist for 10 years. I went to school for machining, programming. I was 19. I went into the workforce with the company my mom was with. I couldn't find childcare for my 2 kids. It was a constant stressor. I had a great childcare provider when my oldest was born, 6 weeks old, until I had my youngest, about 3.5 years. She found a new opportunity. I felt like I was left stranded at the time, trying to find another person I could trust that much. So I decided to do it myself.
Nice.
I looked for about a year. I couldn't find anyone. I asked my husband, I think we should do this, but I'm not going to do it without you.
Nice.
He didn't want it at first. He was like, you're crazy. And I was like, no, but I don't want to hire somebody to be in our house every day. I'd rather do this with you. If I got to be with somebody 24/7, I'd rather it be my husband. That was April 23. That's when I applied for my group childcare license. And I didn't get licensed until September.
Uh-huh.
It was rocky. Getting licensed was not easy. I was a full-time working breastfeeding mom. I was so busy. And every time I called for help, they said, if you read this, it should be easy. And I was like, it's not I'm asking you for help.
But when you call the state,
They were just not helpful at all. They never were. If you read through, it's self-explanatory. I'm running on no sleep. We made it through. We got the pre-licensure grant. I told my husband we were getting this $5,000. I want to use it for upgrading our play space in our backyard. If we're going to be a licensed childcare, you need a great playground. So that's the first thing we did. We bought our play set, and my father-in-law moved a bunch of sand around for us and everything, created our huge sandbox, and my husband built the whole play set by himself. It took him a solid week. Every time I tried to help, I made it worse. So I left him alone. I thought the company I was with for 10 years, I honestly thought I would retire there. I loved it. I loved the people I worked with. I loved what I was doing. But at the end of the day, my family matters more.
Mm.
At the beginning, it felt strained because I've never dealt with other people's children before.
Yeah.
I knew I was good with my kids and I knew my kids were great. So I figured, why not just apply that towards everybody else's kids? And here we are. And I've got all these parents that are pretty like-minded and they like what I'm doing. I get a lot of positive feedback.
Oh, nice.
I never thought I'd be here.
Do you think you would be here if it weren't for your experience with Wonderschool? Do you think you would have gotten the program open? What do you think the difference would be in your life today if you hadn't found Wonderschool?
Wonderschool has been a tool that I utilize every single day. The business sustainability course helped me at the beginning, helping me understand this is a business. It doesn't feel like it when you're waking up in your own home every day and you're not going anywhere. And some of the parents, I've had experiences where they treat me like an employee. So it did help me understand this is my business and I need to treat it as such. That course helped me think about the future. The Wonderschool app I use every single day, keeping my families updated all day, every day. They love it. I get comments all the time about how great it is. That invoicing, I really, because I'm not dealing with cash in hand. And I really like that I can just send, it makes me look a whole lot more professional. Wonderschool does 100%. I feel like people take me more seriously because of Wonderschool.
That's the goal, to help you realize your worth as a leader in the community and to command respect so people don't take advantage of you, because that's what happens
Yeah,
with childcare providers.
it's hard.
And people are always looking for ways to take advantage of you. We're trying to support you. And we know that if you get taken advantage enough, you're going to quit. You're going to be like, screw this. I don't want to do this anymore. Everyone can take their kids back. We need to support you so these parents don't get in their own way. These are the most questions I've ever seen. Everyone's connecting with your story. Thanks for sharing. Um, what advice would you give to others who are looking to start their first in-home program?
I've helped one of my friends open her program shortly after I opened mine. I saw her posting on Facebook that she was going to start taking kids and cash under the table. I was like, it's a misdemeanor if you get busted. So how about you do this instead? Then everything is a write off. So it's worth it. She uses Wonderschool as well. And actually, another one of my childcare friends, I just got her linked up with Wonderschool. So I talk about Wonderschool all the time because I think it's great. And seriously, I utilize it constantly. With my friend Sarah, that is the first thing I said to her. I was like, it is a misdemeanor if you get caught doing this without being licensed. Let's see what we can do to get you licensed. And every time she would get a hold of me about something, it was just a quick phone call. I opened an LLC when I first started because I thought that was a really good idea. It wasn't.
It's so many ways to make a mistake that seem logical. That's the interesting thing about the journey. It's like almost set up to make it so that you make mistakes. It's crazy.
No, you're not allowed to have an LLC if you're a home provider. I opened a bank account and everything with that LLC. The first thing I said to her when applying for her license was, don't get an LLC.
Can you tell us about your community? I'm sitting in downtown San Francisco, right in front of the famous streetcar. I live in one of the more dense parts of America. Can you tell us about where you and your community?
I live in rural Ravenna, Michigan. It's the village of Ravenna. I live on the outskirts. I own 8 acres of land. People say that, people will be like, 8 acres is a lot. And I'm like, my grandpa owns 40, like 10 miles away. For me, that's nothing. My husband and I seriously were like, land is wealth. But we started this with the idea of a hobby farm. Our parents love. I've got 22 ducks and 4 geese because I like their eggs. I do a lot of baking. Duck eggs are great for baking. I bake every day. The kids get a lot of fresh food. I have one dog, a bearded dragon, and 2 barn kittens.
How many people live in your community? Is there enough childcare in your community?
No, the childcare in the community is very expensive. We have 2 centers that are nearish by. There's one in the village and then there's one down in the other village. And they're expensive. That was a big thing when I was looking for childcare. I never wanted to put my kids in a center. It's too much like a school at such a young age. I wanted my kids in a home where it was more comfortable. But even when I got desperate and started looking at the centers, I'm like, I just can't justify this. The other home providers in the area, actually in Muskegon County,
Okay.
we have Childcare Connections. It's a group that meets once a month in Muskegon. All the Muskegon County childcare providers, we get together and network. If I don't have room, I can send somebody somewhere else or
Yeah.
vice versa. It's been great, but there is a shortage.
People often ask, does home-based childcare work in a rural community?
A year ago, it was scary. I had to wait for my name to get out there for people to talk about me and see me in a positive light. I'm not from Ravenna. I grew up in Coopersville. So I've had to wait for my name to get out there. It was hard at the beginning. It was really hard. Now it's not so hard. I'm building a wait list. It was scary a year ago, but now it's looking a lot better.
How did you get people to find your program?
Word of mouth mainly. I've used Facebook. At the beginning, I had no idea what I was doing. And I told people that. I was like, I'll figure it out though.
Getting your first enrollment is super hard, but it sounds like you're past that part in your journey. Is your husband working the program full time as well? How's it going financially for you? Like in terms of how much you're earning running your program versus working as a machinist before?
It has its ebbs and flows, but so did machining in 2016. I was working at least 50 hours a week and bringing in a lot of money. But in the last year I didn't. I was working barely 32 hours a week. And the money wasn't there like it was before. I'm pretty smart financially. I don't have a lot of debt. When it's slow, I'm not freaking out because
Yeah.
we'll make it work.
Are you surprised by how much you're able to earn running your business?
No, I did plan on about this. What I'm making right now, I planned on about this.
How many kids do you have enrolled today?
15, yeah, 15. I typically have 10 a day though. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. And let's see if there's any other questions that I have here. What was like some of the hardest parts of the licensing process?
I blocked it out. It was bad. Getting a hold of somebody to ask simple questions. I know a lot of providers, so I would get a hold of them. What do I do from here? With the group licensing, you have to get permission from your township to have that license and pay. So I had 4 meetings where I had to sit in my township hall and listen to them talk about me.
Oh my God, that's awkward.
I'm typically very introverted. So for me to go out of my way to invite strangers into my home, that was hard.
One idea that we've been seeing take off is that, you know how you've had people reach out to you and you reach out to them about helping them start their own program? Sarah, thank you for joining and congratulations on your success. You're a big inspiration. If you need anything, you know where to find us. Happy holidays.
Thank you. You guys have been a huge part in my success, for sure.
It means a lot. Thank you.
Bye.